but I did read. I read an incredible amount. First, I read Lord of the Rings. I got Lord of the Rings out of the library, and I read it in 5 days. It's about 1,000 pages or something like that, so I didn't make crazy good time. But Tolkien is kind of a tough read, and so I got through that, loved it. I still like the movies better, and I think they did a good job combining multiple small characters into one main character, and I think that really benefits the story. And then I just started getting crazy with the books, just more and more and more. I read The Fifth Wave, which is this alien invasion series of books. There's 3 of them. They made a movie about it. It's probably a book for teenage girls, but I still liked it. It was fun. The main character is like a 16-year-old girl. Aliens have basically killed like 99% of the human population. She's kind of on the run, and she's like a freedom fighter trying to fight against the aliens. And I loved that. I thought it was pretty good. Read all 3 of those books. They're 400 or 500 pages each. And then Chiz sent me Anthony Cumia's book. I read through that in a day. He sent me Howard Stern's latest book, read through that in a day. And then I got a whole shipment of books. Kitty sent me all 7 of the Harry Potter books. I read through all 7 of those in about 2 weeks. And the later ones are like 1,000 pages. So I just blazed through those things. Then she sent me 11/22/63. The best book I've ever read in my entire fucking life. It's Stephen King. It's Stephen King. There's a Hulu television show about it, based on it, with James Franco playing the main character, which I'm going to start watching tonight. The premise is this. I won't spoil it. There is a portal that this man can walk through that takes him back to 1958 on a specific day at a specific time at the same location he's sitting at. He's only traveling through time, not space. Once he's through, he can do whatever he wants. He could live there if he wants, or he could just go like shoot a guy and walk right back through the portal and see how that affected the future. If he goes back through the portal, completely resets everything. Same thing. He goes right back, same day, same time as the first time, and he could kill a different person and keep experimenting. Well, he decides he's going to prevent the assassination of John F. Kennedy, who was assassinated on 11/22/1963. The only problem is he's in 1958. So he's got to live in the past for 5 years. And he's got to make sure that Lee Harvey Oswald actually killed him, because he doesn't want to kill an innocent man, especially after spending 3 years there. Because if he does, he goes back and JFK's dead anyway. He's wasted years of his life, and he's got to go do it again and find the real killer. So
is he aging as this happens?
Yeah. Oh. He starts out and he's 35, but he's going to be 40 by the time he gets back. And so he decides that he's got to make sure that Oswald did it. So he has all these meticulous notebooks that his friend gave him, who owns the place where the portal exists. And he basically stalks Lee Harvey Oswald and goes really like cloak and dagger, like private detective on him, planting listening devices in his apartment. He would rent the apartment underneath Lee Harvey Oswald so he could run a wire in and listen to his conversations with this other guy and see like what he's up to. He's stalking him everywhere, seeing what he's doing. He watches him get the rifle. He watches him hide the rifle. Like it's great. And you know, he lives a life during that 5 years. It's not just laser focus on Oswald, because Oswald doesn't even come back into the country from Russia until like, I don't know what, maybe 60, 61, something like that. So he travels, the portal's in Maine. That's where all Stephen King's books are based for the most part. So he's got to travel, you know, down to Dallas, Texas, and he goes on an adventure the whole way. He meets a woman and he falls in love and he makes friends and relationships. He gets a job that's very fulfilling, and he changes people's lives for the better. And then, and in the end, he's finally got to do something about Lee Harvey Oswald. It's excellent.